I am Bill McLaren, and I am proud to say we have a special guest today, Robert Pauls. Please come to the stage. Thank you. It's good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Okay. So, Robert, I hear that you will be showing us music, or telling us information about music from 1960 and 1980. Am I correct?
Yeah, this is true.
Alright, so, let's start off. 1960. Back in my day, very, very common, very well known. But lately, it's been getting, a little unpopular lately. So, tell me, 1960s. Give me the facts.
Okay. So, 1960s music was revolutionary, and we saw a new evolution of rock. The African American Civil Rights Movement spawned outpourings of powerful and enduring music. Drugs inspired or offered subject matter for some of the best music of the era. Woodstock in upstate New York on August 1969 was a huge music festival that a lot of great artists from 1960 came and performed. British invasion. Some artists, British artists, Beatles, Rolling Stones, and the Who and the Kings. I don't know what that says. The best-selling singles in the USA every year except 1966. In the 60s. The Monkees, I'm a Believer, took that spot. So the Woodstock Festival, 3 days long, upstate New York, located on someplace in Bethel, New York, 50 miles from Woodstock. By the time of the festival arrived, they sold 166,000 tickets, expected no more than 200,000. Fear of not being able to control crowds, the promoters opened concert to everyone free of charge. Close to 500,000 people came. There's a lot of chaos. Some performers are Richie Havens, Sweetwater, Bert Sommer, Tim Haddon, Ravi Shankar, Melanie, Aro Guthrie, something like that, Joanne Baez, Joe Cocker, Country Joe and the Fish. 10 years after, Johnny Winter, Quill, Country Joe McDonald, John B. Sebastian, CCR, Janis Joplin, The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Jimi Hendrix, and a couple others. Very popular event.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. So, what about the 70s? Is it mostly just disco?
No, McLaren. In fact, there was more variety than ever before. Tons of genres came out. Some of the best rock was recorded in the 70s, from Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, to David Bowie, and more. Jackson 5 came from Detroit, featuring 12-year-old Michael Jackson. Johnny Cash won 2 Grammy Awards for A Boy Named Sue. 1970 marked the end of an era. Beatles dissolved and separated with their own albums. Louis Armstrong recovered from illness and performed on his 70th birthday. Not until 1980 it was known that his real birthday was August 4th, 1901. He died on August 71 when he was actually 69. 1970, on September 18, Jimi Hendrix was found dead in London. We lost a lot of great artists in the 1970s. Less than a month later, Janis Joplin died in Hollywood also.
Hold on. Sorry, folks.
For most people, disco is associated with 70s stuff. First appearing in dance clubs by the middle of the decade, Night Fever, the movie, was released in 1977, starring John Travolta and featuring music of the Bee Gees and several other artists. The Bee Gees soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever became the best-selling album of all time, until 1983 when Thriller broke the record. But as fast as disco came, it fell out of popularity.
I try. I really do.
That's it for the 70s.
70s. Very interesting time. So, what about 80s? Me personally, I love the 80s. Good time for music. So, tell me about it.
Music in the 80s was all about image. With the growing popularity of MTV, the image became more important to artists than ever before. Several new genres popped up, including hip-hop, new wave, and metal. MTV is arguably the most influential event for music during 1980, with an exclusive showcase of music videos, making its first debut on August 1st, 1981. First music video to be played on MTV was The Buggles' video Kill the Radio Star. So, yeah, MTV was very important to people in 1980. Superstars became popular with MTV through fashion and talent. Some superstars to emerge are Madonna, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Prince. They experienced fame and success never seen since Elvis Presley and the Beatles, with the help of MTV. The artists set the standard for pop that even today people go by. They influence fashion through their music videos, giving fans a first-hand glimpse into emerging trends. The 80s was a decade of one-hit wonders also. When artists would achieve massive success with one or two extremely popular songs and they fade away, never to reach that level again, is what a one-hit wonder is. That's a good...
Oh, it's a good... Okay.
Some memorable one-hit wonders include a-ha's Take On Me, Soft Cell's Tainted Love, Tony Basel's Mickey, and Dexy's Midnight Runners' Come On Eileen. Hip-hop had a very hard time through the late 70s, but with the help... And with MTV reluctant to show videos of black artists, it was hard for them. After much criticism, MTV started to embrace black musicians like Michael Jackson, whose videos were amongst the most popular on MTV, paving the way for hip-hop artists like Run DMC and LL Cool J. Parents soon began to disapprove the genre that had been called the new rock and roll. Hip-hop sounded like nothing that has ever been heard before. The Beastie Boys made the music white friendly and added elements of rock. The 60s, 70s, and 80s had some of the most popular, influential, and the best music in history, with the civil rights movement in the 60s, rock and disco in the 70s, and hip hop and MTV in the 80s.
I see. Would that be all about the 80s?
Yes, we are done now.
Alright. You heard it, folks. We're done here.
This concludes our segment.
I know. It was good having you, Rob.
See you again.
Good seeing you. Goodbye, man.